If I lost everything today and had to make my first $10,000 from trading all over again, I know exactly what I do, and I know exactly how long it will take. This isn't one of those videos where it happens in 30 days, because that's not real and you know it's not real. But I've done this, 8 years, over 1,000 payouts. So I'm going to show you the actual plan, the actual math, and the actual timeline. Here's everything we're covering in this video. 6 pieces in this order. Pick one market, pick one setup, work out your risk, 2 losses and you're done for the day, 100 trades before you pay anything, then 1 account. And the order matters because almost everyone watching started at number 6. You bought the account first. Do this in order and the 10,000 stops being a fantasy and starts being a schedule. So let me show you what's actually keeping people stuck, because you might be in it right now. You buy an account, you trade it emotionally because there's money on the line and a target set at the top of the screen. You fail somewhere near the end. You decide the strategy was trash, so you go and buy another account and start again. And everyone thinks the cost of that is the challenge fee. It isn't. The real cost is that every time you restart, you go back to zero. You never trade one thing long enough to actually get good at it. So this plan is built to break that loop first before you spend anything. Which brings me to the 4 rules I'd set on day 1, because everything else comes off this. 1. One market and nothing else. 2. One setup and nothing else. 3. My risk gets decided before I sit down, never in the moment. 4. I stop when I said I'd stop, green or red. And that's it. 4 rules, and I know that looks too simple to be worth $10,000. The simplicity is the whole point. Fewer decisions means fewer ways to lose the account. Now the plan itself runs in 3 phases. Build, prove, and then get paid. Build is where you pick the market and the setup with no account and no money involved. Prove is where you show you can follow your own rules. And only in phase 3 does money enter, which is the thing that gets everyone. Almost all of you started at phase 3. Phase 1. Pick one market. For me at the moment it's NQ, the Nasdaq futures, but I'm not telling you it has to be that. What matters is it moves enough to pay you in one session and it trades at the same time every day, so you can build a routine around it. What I will not do is watch 6 charts at once or trade whatever happens to be moving, or add a second market when it goes quiet, or switch because someone online is making money on something else. You're not looking for the best market, you're looking for one you'll still be watching in a year. Pick the one you can sit in front of on a slow Tuesday in 8 months. Then one setup, and whatever you pick, it has to answer 4 questions before you're allowed to click. When do I take it? What time of the day? Where do I take it? What has to be on the chart first? What's my exact trigger to get in? And where is my stop and my target? If you can't answer all 4 out loud right now, you don't have a trading setup, you've got an idea. And there's a big difference between the 2. Phase 2, prove it. And this starts with risk, because risk decides whether you survive long enough for any of the rest to matter. Here's the only maths you need. Take the drawdown on the account, divide it by 8, and that's what you risk on one trade. Why 8? Because you can be wrong 8 times in a row and still have an account to trade tomorrow. And you will be wrong 8 times in a row at some point. Not might be, will be, everyone is. The point of doing it this way is there's nothing emotional in the number. You worked it out when you were calm before the session. So by the time you're in a trade, the hard decision's already been made. Accounts don't die from bad entries, they die from risk you never actually decided. Then the rule that saves more accounts than anything else I've done. 2 losses and the day is over. That's not a suggestion. Just laptop shut and come back tomorrow. Let me tell you what happens without it, because I've lived it. You take one normal loss in the morning, fine, that's trading, but you're annoyed. So you take a trade you never planned just to get beat back. That loses 2. Now you're properly angry, so you size up because you want to be green by lunchtime. And that one does the real damage. One normal loss just turned into a blown day, and none of it was the market, and that was all of you. Now the part people skip, and is the most important thing in this whole video. 100 trades of that setup before you pay a single fee. Demo, small, however you want to do it, but 100 trades logged before any money moves. And you're only logging 3 things. Did I wait for my setup? Yes or no? Did I take it the the way I said I would? Did I stop when I said I would? Notice was not on the list, whether you made money or not. Because if you can follow your own rules when it's free and there is no pressure on you, a paid account is not going to fix that. It's going to make it worse. Now phase 3, you buy an account. One account, not 3 of them. You're not spreading bets, you're testing yourself, and one is enough to do that. Trade it exactly like you traded your 100 and ignore the target completely. Don't shake it. The target turns up on its own if the process is right. Pass it slowly. There is no prize for passing in a week, and the fast passes are usually the ones that blow up a fortnight later. And when the first payout comes, just take it. Not to spend it. Take it out so you actually see the money land, because that's the moment everything starts feeling real. Now, the math. Because I want you to see it's not just one big trade. Say you take about 20 trades in a month, which is roughly 1 a day. Say half of them win, so 10. And you're taking 1 to 2. So every winner is 2R and every loser is 1R. 10 winners at 2R is plus 20. 10 losers at 1R is minus 10. So you're up 10R for the month. And just notice how unimpressive that is. That's a coin flip win rate. 1 trade a day, nothing clever happening anywhere. So how does 10,000 actually stack up? And these are illustration numbers. So plug in your own form, your own account size, your own split, because they all are different. But say a 50,000 account, say you make 5% in the month, that's 2,500. On 80% split, you take home 2,000. 5 payouts like that and you're at 10,000. It's not one massive trade, it's the same month 5 times over. But here's where I've got to be honest with you about the timeline, because those 5 months aren't 5 months from today. Months 1 to 6 is you learning the setup, and there's no account and no fees in that part. Months 6 to 12 is your 100 trades proving you can follow your own rules. Then somewhere around 12 to 18 months is the account and the payouts landing. So realistically, you're looking at a year and a half. I know that's not what you wanted to hear, but anybody telling you 30 days is selling you something. And you're going to be 18 months older either way. That's the only real question. Last thing, 5 things that break this whole plan, and every one of them is you trying to make it faster. Buying a second account to speed it up, sizing up after a loss to get it back, adding a second setup when it goes quiet, trading through news because you're just bored. And the big one, quitting at month 7 right before it was about to work. That last one gets more people than the other 4 put together. So that's the plan. 1 market, 1 setup, risk divided by 8. 2 losses and you're done for the day. 100 trades before you pay anything. Then 1 account passed slowly and stack the payouts. None of it is clever, and that's exactly why it works. If you want me to walk you through it properly instead of doing it on your own, here's what I do inside my mentorship. We have a nice community, live trading sessions, and actual feedback on everything. But it's not for everyone, so if you want fast money and you're not willing to put the work in, just don't join. But if you're willing to make it work, there's a link in the description. And if you need a platform to trade with, I use Hola Prime. They have the fastest payouts in the industry with a 0 payout denial policy. You can use code NFX for 30% off or the link in the description. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.